It's the Recruiting Roundup powered by Rock and Refuel Varsity. Jason Jewell, Jared Cohen. We have some new names to talk about here on the episode. Plus, we're going to talk about 3 guys without offers that we think it won't be long till they get those first offers. After 70-plus guys, Jason, have been offered during spring evaluation period and more. But let's get into some of the offers in the last week, starting with an introduction to the Recruiting Roundup. 2020 classes, Jason Harris.
Yeah, you know, I don't like to talk about kids before they've actually stepped on the varsity football field, but I saw Jason Harris. He's going to be a freshman at Desert Ridge High School. It's Jalen Harris's younger brother. His dad is Sean Harris, played at U of A and played in the NFL. But I saw this kid at ASU's Big Man Challenge, and he fit right in with all those older kids. And he's a 6'6", about 200-pound defensive end. He's also a star basketball player. His brother's getting heavily recruited. He took a tour to Oregon and Oregon State, and while he was at Oregon State, Jason, the younger brother, got his first Division I scholarship offer from the Beavers.
Now, like you said, we haven't seen him step foot on a varsity field for a high school game. But what are the intangibles with him when you look at a guy like this, like you see him at the Big Man Challenge, that make a Pac-12 team just take a look at a guy like this and say, we don't want to waste any time, we're offering you? Again,
you know, all things are pointing towards him being a superstar. He hasn't stepped on the field yet, which we've mentioned, but he's long. He's 6'6" plus, and only going to be a 9th grader, so he's going to grow. He has a frame where he's going to be a big human being, and he's got that lineage. You know, you look at it, dad played in the NFL and brother a Division I prospect, so everything pointing to him being a superstar as well.
3 more guys that we want to talk about who received offers in the last week, Jason. All of them went to camps, and they got offered by the schools that they camped at, starting with Mike King Johnson from Tempe.
Yeah, I just think that shows how important going to these camps and being seen by the college coaches that can pass out those scholarships. It shows how important going to camps is. But Mike King Johnson, the defensive end at Tempe High School, has kind of blown up recently. Added an offer from USC. He went to their Rising Stars camp and got an offer after it. I saw him 2 weeks ago at Surprises Passing League and Big Man Challenge as well, and he was unblockable off the edge. Does a very good job. He's put on some very good weight since last year. He's up to about 230 pounds now from 210, last year. Looks great, great student, and that's the reason he's getting heavily recruited.
And we've seen pass rushers become a premium at the professional level, and that trickles all the way down to high school. So Mike King, a hot commodity right now. How about Creston Coolidge, a guy that you're a big fan of over on the west side?
Yeah, Valley Vista offensive tackle. Man, he made his rounds this summer trying to get himself exposure. He's gone to Wyoming, he's gone to Air Force, gone to Oregon, went to UTEP. Well, he went out to New Mexico State's camp, did very well there, and received his first FBS scholarship offer from the Aggies. This guy that's 6'6", dropped down from 300 down to 250. He's really changed his body and looks very, very good. But another guy that's almost a 4.0 student. So like I've always said it on the show, big kids that have good grades get recruited.
And finally, the last offer that we want to get to, first offer for a talented safety over at Desert Mountain.
Yeah, I've been a big fan of Rourke Freeberg, the Desert Mountain safety kid. I really like him. I think he's very physical, gets downhill, does a very good job in the run game. Went up to University of North Dakota's camp and received his first scholarship offer, period, from them.
Okay, Jason, we mentioned that almost 70 players have received scholarship offers in the state of Arizona. Give me a few guys, maybe 3 guys, that haven't got offers yet that are just on the cusp.
Well, I really like Marcos Deniza, DN/outside linebacker, Anthony Nicastro. He went out to New Mexico State's camp as well, performed very well, and I think the Aggies might end up offering him before it's all said and done. Really like him. Andrew Ruelas at Centennial High School, very big. I don't know that I saw a bigger kid this year.
Monster.
6'7", 330 pounds. He's a guy last year was a backup to Marshall Nathy, who's now at Arizona State. But Joe McDonald, the O-line coach over at Centennial, does a fantastic job with those guys. And I think Andrew's going to end up being a Division I guy and then staying on the offensive line and staying on the west side. Desert Edge has 3 very good sophomores going to be juniors. Max Wilhite, their center, already has an offer. But the 2 guys out playing tackle, Austin Young and Tyson Jones, are both very good players as well, both about 6'4", 300 pounds, and Jones is one of the nation's best shot putters, threw over 60 feet as a sophomore, which is pretty unheard of.
The summer is cruising right along. That means the high school football season is upon us and approaching quicker and quicker, and we'll get you ready for the 2016 season as the summer moves on here on the Recruiting Roundup. Again, that's Jason Jewell. I'm Jared Cohen. This is the Recruiting Roundup powered by Rock and Refuel Varsity.